Hi guys, this is Miss Vishah Hussain and I'll be conducting the demo for F4. Now in F4, that is law. Um, there are two variants. I would like you guys to mute your mics. So I was saying that F4 has two variants. One is global law and the other is English law. Um, Most of the students go for English law, but still a lot of students do go for global law as well. The difference is not very significant. Um, Even in global law, there are a lot of things that are discussed according to uh, English law only. Okay, if you go through the book, uh, you will realize that they have given you the examples of UK law only in global law as well. They have not given you examples of other countries. If there is any other country, then it is going to be USA. But in most scenarios, it is UK only. So either ways, English law or global law, that is up to you, whichever you choose. I teach both of them, and my format for teaching is going to be that we are going to first go through the whole book, Kaplan book. After that, we are going to do the kits. I would recommend both the kits, Kaplan and BPP, because then you get a bigger ground to practice in. You can easily practice your concepts on one of them and polish your concepts on the other kit. Okay, so let's say you want to first do Kaplan kit, just an example. You can first practice it on it, like practice your concepts on that. And on the BBB kit, you can only polish your concepts. By polishing, I mean that you're going to perform the questions and you would already know where you were weak in the concepts, so you can uh, focus more on those concepts through the BBB kit. Okay, the contents list is in front of you. This is for global law, and this is for English law. So if you see, there are 12 chapters for English law and there are 13 chapters for global law, and not a very major difference. Since I teach both of them, so I know that in most of the scenarios, the English law and the global law is very much similar. Just that global law focuses more on, the law in general, which is why this is a bit more detailed. All right. Any questions related to this up till now? I am opening the exam format in front of you. Just a minute. We'll discuss that. For F4, you can use Kaplan to read your text, and for kits, like I told you, practice on both the kits. Here's the exam format. If you see, this is the English format, and this is the global format, which is exactly the same. There's no change. So in section A, we have 25 questions, 2 marks each. Then in Again, in section A only, we have 20 questions, 1 mark each. So total section A includes 70 marks, and section B has 6 questions, 5 marks each. So this is a bit more detailed area. This area is a bit more detailed. It has comparatively longer questions. This is more like MCQs. Okay, so this comprises of 30 marks, and the total number of marks is going to be 100. You have 2 hours, so 2 into 60, because 60 minutes in every hour, so you have total 120 minutes. Divide these 120 minutes amongst 100 questions, and you will have to allot 1.2 minutes on every mark. Okay, to achieve a single mark, you can only take maximum 1.2 minutes in order to be able to complete your paper in time. Now, this might seem to be a bit scary for you guys initially, but don't worry about that. I'm here to guide you, I'm here to help you out. You can talk to the admin, you can take my number from them if need be. Even we'll be making groups, so you'll have my number if you register for the course, and you can WhatsApp me if there is any query. I'll uh, reply back in time. Okay. Also, um, one thing that students lack in F4 is the understanding of the law and the learning of the law, which is why they are not able to pass F4 easily. Some of the students are very good in rote learning, so they easily learn each and everything and they pass F4 in the first attempt. But other students are not so focused, first of all, because F4 seems to be a bit boring because it is law. So law is dry. Okay. So students do not tend to focus on this paper. Then they believe that it is very easy to pass this paper, which is why they won't practice enough, neither would they study properly. Rish, I am going to send Mr. Shubham's number to you on the chat in a bit. I'll share the number. You can WhatsApp it to him, and he is going to confirm it to you when the classes are starting. Most probably in a week and a half. Okay, we are going to start off the classes now. That depends on you. Do you want recorded classes? Do you want to take live lectures and recorded lectures? How do you want to take it? You can discuss it with Mr. Shubham, and he's going to guide you about it. Okay, he's the admin member. So I was saying that a lot of students do not focus on the important stuff in F4. They believe that, okay, we have studied F4, this seems to be very easy, and then they do not practice enough before going to the for the paper, which is why they do not pass. All right. So you need to make sure, first of all, that you understand each and everything when I am teaching it. After that, you need to make sure that you read the chapter on your own as well. Once you're done with the chapter, I would always want you guys to read that chapter on your own. And if you come up with anything, any query, any issue, you can send a picture to me of that law, and you can ask me there and then, what is this? Or I do not understand this, or whatever you want to send. Um, so that your concept is clear. All right. A lot of students pile up the conceptual issues and then they ask in the end, which becomes a hassle. The reason is that because F4 has a lot to learn. You cannot remember each and everything if your concept is not clear enough. All right. So make sure all of your concepts are clear as you move on in the book. And other than that, whenever we are going to do the Kids, make sure you're very attentive. You understand why we are choosing what law or why we are choosing which answer. If you do not ask, I'm telling you, you are the one who is going to be at risk. So make sure if you have to ask even 10 times, I'm going to give you the answer 10 times. I do not mind. As long as you want to learn, I am here to teach you. All right. I am now sharing Mr. Shubham's number and then we'll start off with the concept. You guys can WhatsApp to him for more details. All right. Now, if you do not have any questions, I would like to move on with the concepts. Um, shall I move on? We are going to just discuss a very small concept briefly, and this is going to help you get an idea of how do I teach. After that, you guys can decide. You can give the feedback to Mr. Shubham, and if you want to register, you may register. Now, the first chapter is essential elements of legal systems, even in global law and even in English law. English legal system is the first um, chapter. So let's start off with English law first. Or do you guys want me to start off with global law? You choose, and then um, that is what I'm going to teach. Okay, then we are starting off with English law only. There are different types of laws within the English legal system. English legal system is a very old um, system of law established in UK, one of the most oldest systems established in UK. So under that, there are several types of laws: common law and equity. There's private law and public law. There's criminal law and civil law. Now, first of all, let's discuss common law and equity. Common law and equity. Common law includes those laws where which is applied on everybody, like it is applied generally on everybody. In this, what happens is that judges are asked to travel around the country, let's say, because this is English law, so they are going to move around UK and they are going to check whether people are um, um, applying law in their daily lives or not. Are they working according to the law or are they not following the law? Okay. Where um, the law is not being followed, they are going to make the people follow the consequences. All right. In this case, where the common law is not being followed, the, the people who are not following it will have to pay off damages. Okay. But in common law, the only remedy is damages, which is a very big disadvantage of it because not every time can can you pay off as a consequence of not following the law. For example, if I am saying that, okay, um, let's say I come to you and I ask you, you are a shop owner and you sell, let's say, some paintings, okay? You have a shop where you display paintings, and I really liked one of those paintings. Now I come to you and I tell you that I do not have money today, so I cannot buy this really amazing painting today. But can you please promise me that you won't give this painting to somebody else? I'll bring the money tomorrow and I'll take this painting from you tomorrow only. And I have given you my word for it. I have made a promise to you that I'll come tomorrow and I'll pay off and I'll take this painting with me. Now, even you made a promise to me that you're going to give this to me only. All right. Now, the very next day, I come to your shop and I ask you about that painting, and you say that I gave it to somebody else. And I'm going to ask you that we made a promise to each other that you're going to give this painting to me only. You're not going to give it to somebody else. And instead of giving the painting to me, you tell me, okay, take the money. And I'm like, why would I take the money from you? Yes, you broke the promise, but you cannot compensate me with money in case where you have broken your promise. Because I never wanted the money. I do have the money. That is what I was bringing in order to exchange it with the painting, right? So over here, the remedy can is not going to be the damages you are paying to me in monetary terms, okay? Which is why common law has a very big disadvantage that its only remedy is damages, which is why we move on towards equity, where equity says that you are not, it is not always best to um, use damages as the remedy. In equity case, they believe that this method is a very better, a very fair, a very flexible method rather than paying the damages um, in monetary terms. Equity is a very fair method. Why? Because I came to you because I wanted that painting from you, right? Now you should not be paying money to me. You should be giving the painting to me because you promised that, right? Now, this is going to be fair only when you take that painting from the other person and you give it back to me. Are we clear about this concept of equity and common law? Now, private law and public law. Private law is something that tells you how will you be dealing with individuals who are related to you. For example, we are not in a blood relation or something, but I am doing business with you. Since I am doing business with you, I am related to you. How am I related to you? Because we signed a contract with each other that we are going to be, let's say, partners in a business. Okay. And since we signed a contract, we are bound in a contract. Okay. We are binded by the contract. So I should be working legally with you, and you should be doing the same. You should be working under legal circumstances only with me. For example, I cannot say, let's say, I cannot do fraud with you. Okay. If, let's say, we had discussed that our profit sharing ratio is going to be 50-50%, but in actual, when we start sharing the profit, I am taking 60% and you're just getting 40%. This is going to be wrong legally. Why? Because on paper, We signed that we are going to share the profit 50-50%. Now, if I am taking 60% and you're just getting 40%, then I am at fault. I am cheating with you. Okay. So private law basically tells you how to deal with people with whom you are in a relation. It could be a relation bound by contract, let's say business relations. It could be any family relations. It could be um, related to property. It could be related to land. It could be related to anything. Okay. Public law is something um, that is general. General means that if I am walking on a street, now I cannot kill someone who is walking next to me on the same footpath. Why? This is not a private law. This is a public law that I have to follow because even that person has the right to live. I cannot say because I don't want him to walk besides me, I'm going to kill him. No, I can't do that. So, public law tells you how to behave socially. Okay. Private law tells you how to behave with people who you have a relation with, and public law tells you how to behave generally with everyone. So, in public law, there's criminal law, there's constitutional law, there's administrative law, there's social welfare law, which we all are going to discuss if you register for the course. In private law, like I told you, there's contract law, there's family law, there's company law, land law, probate law, all of this. Okay. So we are going to stop over here. Do you guys have confusion in either of the concepts? All right. We're going to stop right here. You guys can message Mr. Shubham. Um, if you have any concerns, I'll mm, post his number once again so that everybody can contact him if they want to. All right. So we'll stop right here. You guys take care. Have a good evening and bye bye.